welcome back to the Filmreelcast. I hope that everyone is safe and well in these horrible COVID times. To put some cheer on everyone's faces, we're back in the dojo. It's episode 5, season 3, called Miyagi-Do. And as I said before, I really want to get these episodes done. I'm having so much fun watching them. They're so exciting. I can't wait to see what happens next. And as usual, I've not watched the next episode. So anything I say, any guesses I make as to what could happen, probably turn out to be nonsense, but it's just great fun talking about it. And as said previously, please subscribe, please leave your comments on this channel and put notifications on as well. I've got The Mandalorian, I've got The Shield, I've got lots to watch. It's all great fun, it's all free, it's all ad free. It's just talking about what I'm seeing and having great fun. Your opinions are always welcome. Okay, let's get on with Cobra Kai. Okay, the intro to episode 5 is the end scene to the 86 Karate Kid 2, where Daniel is fighting Chozen, and they use those stupid drums. I didn't like them then. My own personal opinion, let me know what you think, whether you think they're great little things. But for me, I found them really annoying. And if I was fighting to my death, the last thing I'd want in my ear is these poxy little drums with people just going like that. Get right on my tits. But they show the fight. And they show how it ends, where Daniel has got Chozen down on his knees and he's got his hands back ready to take him out, and he just goes huh, on his nose, and that's the intro. So if you remember from the last episode that Daniel's garage is in dire straits, Cobra's got the big contract on the Japanese cars. I mean that Daniel has nothing to sell. What he's done, he's gone to Japan, he's gone to Tokyo. Has he really? Probably not. He's probably somewhere in either Canada or America, and they put a set on. Because I don't think they're going to blow a whole budget of sending Daniel for the sake of a storyline of going over to Japan. But who knows? For the fun of it, he's in Japan. And he meets Kumiko, who he was in a relationship with, he was in love with. She's like the kind of the next version of Elizabeth Shue. And they meet up and it's fantastic. I said before, the connection between these two is so nice. It's so believable. It's lovely. She's a stunning lady. She introduces the last one that Chozen turned up to this meeting. That brings back lots of memories. You get some really nice flashbacks from the original. The nostalgia, which as usual, which I've said before, I lap up and love. But after this, you get Chris, who goes to meet Robbie in like the youth offending prison. And I don't know why he tries to hire him. I don't know what he's thinking. He's obviously in there for a long time for what he did, so he's not going to recruit him onto his dojo. So I don't know his purpose of why he's trying to recruit him, because to be honest, Robbie's probably pissed off with karate. He's had enough of it. But what he says to him is a little seed. And you know it's going to play in later on. It's amazing foreshadow.
All that Miyagi-Do mumbo-jumbo, that might score you points in a tournament. But now you're in the real world, kid. You might want to learn to strike first.
And he leaves that seed in Robbie's mind, and you know at some point, especially when they've set up the situation with the bullies in the prison, that Robbie is going to strike first and he's going to kick ass. So Samantha calls everyone together in the Miyagi-Do because of what Cobra Kai have been doing. Remember, they've had those random attacks, and especially when Nathaniel got the shit beaten out of him, and Nathaniel even dropped the magical F-bomb to everyone after getting a beating and getting robbed of all the money for Miguel. So she calls everyone together. And a bit later on, I don't know if it's like an arcade, a fun fair, or wherever it is, but Chris calls for backup because Hawk and his two idiots go down there and they steal some of the toys. It's a bit weak, the kind of the build-up, the lead to this, what motivates them, but he calls Samantha to bring everyone down. So what better place to fight in a laser quest, an abandoned laser quest? I mean, it will be great to have some kind of fort where they're all fighting in and they choose a laser quest. It's absolutely brilliant. So they're fighting there and the Miyagi-Do start to get the upper hand. And it's quite brutal, some of the fight scenes, and it's really good. It's moving really fast, as you can see. But it's when Tori comes in that Samantha gets that PTSD that she's got that we didn't know that she had. And I don't know if this is believable or not, I mean, let me know what you think, or whether this is just too dramatic for the situation. But Samantha freezes and gets his PTSD, and that's when the tables turn, and that's when Cobra Kai starts to get the better of Miyagi-Do, and everyone starts to get the shit beaten out of them. And it's really brutal what happened. It surprised me. Again, let me know if you thought this was way over the top, or whether you thought this was necessary, like an engine, a catalyst, to find out what happens next. But Hawk gets Dimitri on the floor. And as you can see from the picture, he's got him in an arm lock. I mean, to get the effect, just watch this clip.
Do it! No! Help it! Do it! Finish him! Do it! No, it's fine. I'll go. Finish him! Damn it!
Oh, and as you can see, as you can hear, that bone snap when Hawk breaks his arm. For a second, in his eyes there's regret, because they used to be friends. Eli and Dimitri were friends. They were bullied both together at school. But now he's changed, and now he's got that mindset thanks to Kreese. And also the backup of Tori of No Mercy. And he breaks his arm. It's savage. So the kind of silent treatment which Chozen's given Daniel continues. And they go to the hills in Okinawa. And he takes him to his house. And in the house he's got a dojo and he's got some scripts. And they talk about Mr. Miyagi being the teacher. And in a way that Chozen's surprised at the knowledge that Daniel knows. And there's an underlying bond there and underlying respect, despite what happened in the 86 Karate Kid 2. But they find these kind of like manuscripts. And I think from that, what they're saying is that Miyagi didn't teach Daniel everything and that he held back. And why he held back, I don't know. And Daniel can't quite believe that he did hold back. This is what I'm getting. Let me know what you think, what you're getting from this. But he won't allow Daniel to take them home. And what he does is they make it, basically he calls him out and they have a fight. He lost in 86. He lost the girl. He lost the fight. He lost the respect. So he's calling him out now. And funnily enough, Daniel does have a karate gi on him. And they have a fight. And Daniel gets his ass kicked. He gets his ass handed to him. Chozen uses moves that Daniel doesn't even know. He matrixes his ass. He punches him in the neck. He gets him in the arm. He gets him in the leg. He numbs him. Daniel is like a ball of jelly on the floor. And he's even saying, I can't move. I can't feel anything. It's just very dramatic. But it needs to happen.
What did you do? I have waited a long time for this. Chosen. No. Honk.
And Daniel finally accepts that he was chosen. Not himself, but Chozen was chosen.
Yeah, we've met before, haven't we, Fuck? Fuck. That's the one. Fuck. 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 Alright, Fuck. Under Fuck. Down.
And to learn this other method of karate. And they have that mutual bond. They have that respect for each other. And that he wants Daniel to learn this. He wants him to know that the journey's kind of continuing. And that he's obviously respects Daniel because Daniel has learned everything. There's a certain legend of the karate of how it came, and Daniel knows it. And I think that Chozen's happy and respects Daniel for knowing this and for learning it, for taking the time. So it ends after the fight where he gives him the scroll, so Daniel can take it back and read it and keep it, and maybe learn the methods that Chozen knows, so he can take on Kreese. Because ultimately that's what's going to happen. He's going to learn these new techniques. And when it comes to the shit hitting the fan, he'll do this. And he'll turn Kreese into a mess. And will he teach Robbie? Will he teach Johnny? Who knows what's going to happen? But is he going to learn these brand new techniques? When they go back to Tommy Village Green and meet Kumiko again, she's with another female. And you get a flashback that this female conveniently It's almost as if it's a script that's been written. Is the same child in Karate Kid 2 that Daniel rescued in a storm and saved her life. And this child has just gone on to be a garbage person who's good to no one. No, of course, no, she hasn't. That would be crap for the story. That would not work. It just happens. Oh my God, this is just unbelievable. What a coincidence. It's make-believe. That she now works for Doyona in the sales department, but she's just like a nothing. She makes like tea and coffee and just files shit.
Senior Vice President of Sales for Doyona International.
It's a fairy tale. It's a Disney ending. And Daniel will be awarded the contracts for his loyalty, for his friendship, and the coincidence of meeting this person. It's amazing. It's just so cheesy and so tropey. But it's the Karate Kid, so we love it. Daniel's got that contract, and the family is saved. So Miguel is having physiotherapy for his injury. And when Johnny goes round there, the guy who's doing it is like Mr. Mackey from South Park. He's a real hippie. He's a real drip.
Okay, Mr. Mackey, okay. 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 Okay.
And he's talking about these positive energies, breathing in the positive energies and letting go of the negative ones. To Johnny, this is utter bullshit. It's hard work. It's proper having a set of brass balls, which is going to get Miguel walking. None of this drippy shit. But Carmen tells him, this is what's working. This could cost a lot of money. He's doing it for nothing. Just accept it. Accept it or just fuck off, basically. But Johnny has his own methods. The first method is hanging a porno mag via fishing rod over Miguel, who's in the wheelchair, getting him to reach for it. And if a man can't reach for porn, he can't get porn, he's got nothing in his life. But Miguel falls out of the wheelchair and it doesn't work. The next one is just plain torture. I mean, he's not numb as in he can't get injured, that he's invincible from the waist downwards. But Johnny doesn't understand that. So what he does is he sets fire to Miguel's shoelaces and he needs to put them out. Of course he can't do that. And he's just got risk of getting third-degree burns all over his legs, which is really going to help his rehabilitation. So there's nothing left that he can do. All it calls for, the only thing that can save him, is 80s rock and roll. So the one thing that he can do is take him to see the one and only Dee Snider. And it's him himself from Twisted Sister. Just absolutely brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. He's got that metal hair. It's so, so good. That long, wavy 80s hair. Like you got from like Bruce Dickinson. Like you got from Steve Vai. Like you got from Dave Lee Roth. I mean, from Wasp. Massive hair. It's so, so good. And the spandex, it's brilliant. And as this goes on, they really bond. And he gives him a beer and they're just chilling out. And it's great the way he gets him in there. It's the Make-A-Wish Foundation. He says that he hasn't got long to live. And that's how he gets into this concert. And as they're rocking out to this music, he looks down and he sees Miguel tapping his feet. So he's got that feeling back. And he's got the feeling back down to rock and roll. And that's what's going to do it. That's what's going to bring him back. And he takes him back to Carmen and she's over the moon. It's a really nice moment. And it's a moment that Johnny has done himself. Money couldn't get you that, but rock and roll did. There's also a really good moment that surprised me. I didn't know how it's going to play out. Amanda goes to the Cobra Kai dojo and Kreese obviously doesn't know who she is, and still she starts talking about the injury and that my daughter's being picked on. Amanda puts up with no shit. She's not scared. She's heard the stories of Kreese of what an absolute psychopath is, but this is how it plays out.
You're closed, darling. Well, if you've got a youngster you'd like to put on the list for karate lessons, I'd be happy to help you.
Is one of those lessons how to jump a bunch of kids and break one of their arms? Because that's what your students did tonight.
Ah, that must make you Mrs. LaRusso.
Kids are getting hurt. So call off your band of karate thugs or I'm going to the police. Got it?
You're a feisty one. But I like that. I like it.
I don't give a shit what you like. You're a sociopath.
I love the look on Kreese's face when he's been slapped And it's like the sadistic side of him enjoys it, enjoys the challenge. No, he's rattled her cage. It's absolutely brilliant. Kreese is my favourite villain. And as everyone knows who subscribes to this channel, we don't like bullies. It plays out as we suspected it would. Remember, Kreese has already put that seed in Robbie's mind about striking first. And when he's in prison, he's had enough of these bullies and he strikes back. And there's a really good fight scene. It's in the kind of canteen area. And he uses the tables, they're using the walls. He even does the Jackie Chan up the wall run and does a flip. It's really good, it's really entertaining. And he takes the bullies out, all of them. And it goes into the corridor where it ends, but everyone can see them fighting, which is great for Robbie's reputation as someone who won't put up with any shit. We've seen it in prison films all before. Even if you lose, you need to fight and show you're not a pussy and won't be walked over. So Robbie does that and takes out the bully, takes out the daddy of the wing. And they learn that neither of them grass up when they're interviewed by the prison guards, by the warden, which earns Robbie the respect that he's not a grass and that he'll stick up for himself. So hopefully, after this moment, after this incident, things will get better for Robbie. And that you won't have to worry about dropping the soap every time he takes a shower. So things are looking up for Robbie. There's light at the end of the tunnel yet. And the ending is also uplifting. That you've got Johnny is on the computer. He's on his laptop. He's learned that wireless doesn't mean that you don't need to plug it in. It means that the internet is wireless. Thankfully for that. He logs onto Facebook and looks at the pictures of his day out with Miguel, which is really, really nice. And he looks up and he sees a request that's been accepted. And it's Elizabeth Shue. It's Ali. Is she going to come into it? When's she going to come into it? What's going to happen? Or what's the fallout? Is this yet another relationship which is going to shit stir, cause trouble? I hope not. I really want that bond between Johnny and Robbie and Daniel and Miguel to grow, all of them together. But Kreese is going to be there to try and separate them, to try and cause more shit. And what's the fallout going to be of the broken arm? It was brutal, remember. There's going to be some comeback. Samantha's got PTSD issues. And is there going to be comeback? There's got to be. You don't leave your friends in a fight in the shit. And that's what she did. So there's going to be some comeback for that. I wonder what it will be. So that was episode 5 called Miyagi-Do. Again, let me know what you think. I'm always interested to know. These are just my opinions. Doesn't mean they're right. They're just my opinions. Often wrong. My wife will confirm that. But just let me know what you thought. Was it good that Daniel had that fight? That he got the scrolls? Or was it unbelievable? Was it too much? Again, was it too much for Dimitri's arm to be broken in the way that it was? And what's going to happen to Samantha? Let me know your thoughts. Remember, I'm not seeing the next one. I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoy making them. The next one will be coming very, very soon. You stay safe, guys. Stay inside and keep your distance. And we can get through this horrible, shitty situation we're all in. I'm Stuart from the Filmreelcast, and I will see you very soon.